Hello, how are you? How's things alright? Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Yeah, not bad. Fucking fighting on Saturday, I'm shitting myself. And not only that, I'm injured as well. So, yeah, gonna go well. A great start to the game. Fucking won't load up.
"1989. The world looks ahead to a brighter future, but history could have easily taken a different course. 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev becomes the new General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. His attempts at revitalizing an ailing USSR bring him into direct conflict with hardline party members and the military. It doesn't take much to envision a Cold War turned decisively hot. 1987. A surprise coup removes Gorbachev and his allies, squashing any prospect of change in the USSR. An old guard troika, representing the party, KGB, and military, takes over. The Stalinist-inspired leadership wants to reclaim USSR's former glory. Its power is militarily enforced, its dictate absolute. Budding unrest in Armenia and the Baltic countries is crushed without remorse. The West remains silent. Emboldened, the Troika looks to tighten control over its territories and neighboring states. Neutral Finland, in an audacious KGB-orchestrated political takeover, is forced to embrace a pro-Soviet government. The Helsinki coup of 1987 is a watershed moment between West and East. Tensions skyrocket. An outraged U.S. President Ronald Reagan refuses to stand by idle. He initiates a second phase of the so-called New Cold War. Covert ops and counterinsurgencies surge across the globe. A flurry of armament deals tighten bonds with new and old allies alike. Western sanctions and rising military expenditure press the Soviet Union into ever-worsening trade agreements, inflating crippling debts. With oil reserves running low, food shortages in the USSR turn commonplace. Discontent grows. Popular demonstrations in Poland and East Germany are violently dispersed. Warsaw Pact's hold on power slips with each passing day. 1989. NATO plans a larger-than-ever reforger exercise for September 1989. A paranoid troika believes conflict in Western Europe is imminent. They plan to strike first. Moscow sees conventional war as the only recourse. Under cover of the massive Zapad 89 exercise in East Germany, the Warsaw Pact prepares in secret. Full combat readiness is achieved. Political guile and Maskirovka try to deceive an uneasy NATO. Late on June 19, 1989, the sudden withdrawal of Warsaw Pact border guards puts NATO on high alert. The warning order is issued.
This is Able Red 2-9, over. I have confirmed visual on enemy dismounts in the tree line up ahead. They are blocking the way. A section of self-propelled howitzers is on standby for fire support. Let's wipe Ivan off the face of the earth.
This is Warhammer 5-6, ready to strike the anvil. Give us a grid and we'll deliver the fireworks. Over and out.
Do you have a target, Captain?
Howitzers are powerful long-range artillery units that can do tremendous damage without losing accuracy. They take time to reload or adjust their aim, however. Howitzers fire salvos of large caliber shells, such as 105mm, 155mm, or even larger. These shells have great high explosive damage and suppression potential. They can deploy either towed, with less mobility, or as self-propelled units, such as these M109A2s for shoot and scoot fire missions.
Warhammer 5-6, this is Able Red 2-9. Coordinates transmitted. Hit 'em good. Over and out.
Understood. Time to put in the sweat, Redlegs. Fire for effect. Shot out. Over.
Use the fire position command to neutralize the enemy units.
HE loaded, ready to fire.
Each friendly unit casts a fire correction range, helping to spot artillery fire. In this white circle, friendly artillery will be corrected, significantly increasing their accuracy. Keep in mind that most artillery units don't need a target in order to fire. Artillery can use the fire position command to bombard a specific point on the battlefield.
Be aware that if an enemy unit entrenches itself in a building, it profits from a significantly higher resistance to HE damages.
Another one bites the dust. Target neutralized. Drop 200. 6 rounds. Over. War Daddy, the red leader. Copy. Yes, sir. Drop 200. 6 rounds. Over. HE loaded. Ready to fire.
The last position obliterated. Great work. Over and out. Thanks for the heavy ordnance, Warhammer 5-6. Much appreciated. We'll resume scouting. This is Able Red 2-9. We're pushing forward. The enemy position has been leveled. All dead, or fled if lucky. Strange. No sign of a counterattack. Ivan got pushed out too easily. Something is not right. This is Able Red 2-9. We're under heavy bombardment. Requesting a counter battery strike. ASAP.
This is Warhammer 5-6. Happy to oblige. Keep your heads down, folks. Emergency fire mission. Shot out.
Use the counter battery mode to destroy the enemy artillery and protect your allies. Counter battery smart order lets the AI take control over your artillery units while activated. They will move and fire automatically. With the counter battery order active, artillery will fire on known or detected artillery positions, including ones that have recently fired shells. Even if the enemy artillery hasn't been spotted, you can still use the counter battery smart order.
Waiting for order. Another one bites the dust. Enemy spotted. Enemy spotted. Ready to pound them, sir. Enemy spotted. Target neutralized. War Daddy to Red Leader. I am listening. Good ready, sir. Enemy spotted. Drop 200. 6 rounds. Over. Waiting for fire coordinates. Ready to fire. Ready, sir. Enemy spotted. Target neutralized. Thank you, Warhammer 5-6. I think we owe you too much for one day.
All units, this is King 6. The area's gone hot. Stand by for immediate deployment.
The panel at the top center of the screen informs you of your command capabilities. On the left side, you can see the command points you have at your disposal. These points allow you to call in units into the field. Here you can see the number of points that will be credited to you at the end of the timer. Here is the timer showing you the countdown in seconds. Finally, this part shows you the zones under your control, the one under the control of the enemy, and the last value shows the totality of the zones on the map. During the deployment phase, you are free to dispatch your units anywhere you want within your assigned deployment area. Deploy your first units by clicking on the top left buttons that each represent a unit category.
HQ, this is Saber 6. My units are ready. Over and out.
Your mission is to find any intruding hostile unit, search for the enemy, and secure the area.
Looking for enemy planes.
Inspector, eyes, sir. I have nothing else planned for this afternoon.
Looking for enemy planes. Full speed, sir.
Beware, this is King 6. We have made available additional reinforcements. Use the new unit to eliminate the threat.
You can call for reinforcements at any time using the deployment interface. Once you have chosen a unit, click on the terrain to indicate where you want this reinforcement to arrive.
I hear you loud and clear. Best job I've ever had.
Good job, Commander. As expected, the
King 6, this is Saber 6. I'm ready to deploy my command vehicles in the area of operations. Over.
Roger that, Saber 6. Be advised, your objective is to take control of both Alpha and Bravo. Over and out.
The command zone represents a sector of the map you need to control in order to gain command points. The value on the left indicates the number of points the area yields per tick once fully controlled. In the center, the name of the command zone is displayed. On the right, the percentage shows the level of it. Deploy a command unit. You can recognize these leader units by the number CMD icon on their unit label.
Copy, right up. Get in formation.
Move your command unit inside the neutral command zone in order to capture it. The white circle around your command unit represents its area of influence.
Any ally unit standing in it will be granted an additional level of veterancy, as well as a suppression recovery bonus.
This gives command units a real battle-changing potential, besides being used to capture command zone.
Note that a unit that is already at a veterancy level 3 cannot be granted the extra level. However, they still beneficiate from the suppression recovery bonus.
This is Saber 6. Alpha is now under our control, over.
Solid copy. I have been informed that the enemy has taken Bravo to the northeast. Saber 6, your objective is to find and eliminate the enemy command unit and take over the sector.
Copy that, King 6. We are on the way, over.
To keep control of a command zone, a command unit doesn't necessarily have to stay within its boundaries after capturing it.
Clear the Bravo zone of hostile forces. Make sure to find and eliminate the enemy command unit.
Waiting for instructions. Open fire!
If the enemy is in range, so are we.
Good job, Gunner! Ready, sir.
What are your orders, sir?
Enemy spotted! Good job, Gunner!
How you doing, Mark? You okay?
Copy, right up. Get in formation. Successful hit. What are your orders, sir? Enemy spotted! ready. This is Saber 6. We have cleared Bravo of the enemy. We are now in control of the area of operations. Over.
Good work, Saber 6.
King 6, this is Saber 6. We are ready to proceed with the logistic exercise. Can I demobilize our transport units? Over.
Saber 6, this is King 6. That's an affirmative on the demob order. Get your empty transport units off the battlefield. Over and out.
Most infantry units and some other units, such as towed artillery, deploy with the transport vehicle. Transports, such as APCs and IFVs, can be armed and armored, at times heavily, and useful for continued use on the battlefield after deploying their cargo. Having fulfilled their duty, unarmed transport units, including trucks, jeeps, and helicopters, are better resold when empty. This will recoup part of their deployment cost. Select your M35 truck and resell it.
Yes, sir.
Click on the Resell button in the Orders panel to start the reselling process.
Saber 6 here. We could use some supplies and repair over at Alpha. Are the lines to the rear secure enough to deploy our supply units?
This is King 6. Yes, your lines are protected. Deploy your assigned supply units as you see fit. Over and out.
Saber 6, this is Stoneplate 45. I hear you could use an oil check and a bullet or two. We're on our way. Over.
Saber 6 here. We sure do. I'm dispatching the unit most in need to rendezvous with you south of Alpha. Over and out.
Supply units can resupply Allied units on the battlefield when they're low on ammunition and fuel. They can also repair vehicles if damaged, and even restore soldiers to infantry squads and teams low on strength.
Stoneplate 45, we have reached the rendezvous. We'll get you back into the fight in no time.
Thanks for the refill and repair. Stone Plate 45. Keep up the good work. Saber 6 out.
2 Soviet supply vehicles were found left behind in the village. You can capture and put them to work for your own forces. You can capture enemy supply and transport units. They have to be unarmed and undefended. Getting close enough with one of your armed units will do the trick. Use your units to capture the 2 supply vehicles.
That concludes this exercise, Saber 6. Good work.
This is Backtrack 3-4. We got eyes on Soviet tanks refueling and rearming. We request an airstrike ASAP on the grid position. Transmitting now. Over.
This is Vulture. The skies have temporarily cleared. I have little time. Give me the coordinates, and I'll swoop in. Over.
Good to hear, Vulture. Sending the location. Proceed with your attack run. Over and out.
When deploying combat aircraft, they don't become available on the battlefield as ground units or helicopters. Instead, the aircraft will be featured in the Air Wing panel, their base. From there, they can be called into active duty.
First things first, deploy an airplane. Click on the deployment panel in the top left of the user interface. This is the same procedure as with any other unit. Click on the aircraft you want to deploy from the air wing, then right-click on the target to start the mission.
Making an attack run.
This is Vulture. Ground strike mission confirmed. ETA, 2 mics. Looks up the skies remain clear of bogeys. Commencing. Over and out.
Before arriving over the battlefield, aircraft will be in a traveling state. You can check this in the Air Wing panel. Certain aircraft, such as interceptors, will arrive relatively quickly. Once over the battlefield, aircraft are considered in mission. Aircraft will stay in mission until they're too low on fuel, too damaged, or ordered by the player to evac back to base. In these cases, the airplane will retreat from the area of operations. They will need time to rearm, refuel, and repair. How long depends on the condition the aircraft left the battlefield in. If an aircraft has destroyed its target and still has munitions to be fired or dropped, it will remain on station until given another order. You can tell an aircraft to fly to a different position. Give another attack order, either fire pause on a specific map point or at visible targets, or use the evac button. Aircraft can perform a wide variety of missions. Close air support is just one of them.
Missiles away. Ground confirmation.
That is an affirmative, Vulture. Both...
This is Stampede 2-6. The road ahead is blocked again. We see a large number of dismounts and their APCs. Damn it! They got themselves a pretty good position. We need to request some help from our flyboys. Fulda, copy? Frankfurt? Anyone on station? Over.
This is Wrestler 1-1, hearing you 5x5. We got 2 F-111 birds. Send the location, and we will ground pound Ivan into the dirt. Over and out.
Select the bomber and deploy the F-111 napalm into your air wing.
This is Wrestler 1-1. I got a visual on you grunts. Guide me into the bracket. Nate for Ivan coming in hot. Over and out.
Great to hear your voice, Wrestler 1-1. We're punching in the grid as we speak. Burn them. Over and out.
26, tell me, do you love the smell of...
Affirmative, Wrestler 1-1. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. The enemy infantry by now? Less, I assume. Now, we still need to deal with the APCs.
Roger that. Stampede 2-6. Calling in bird number 2. We'll crack those vehicles open like a tin can with a rock guy. Over and out.
Ready the second bomber in your air wing. Neutralize the armor with your F-111 CLU bomber.
Death from above!
The BTRs are destroyed. Impressive showmanship, Wrestler 1-1.
Much obliged, Stampede 2-6. Happy to be in the fight. We got bandits coming in. We gotta separate. The way back will get mighty bumpy. Over and out.
Copy that. Continuing our mission to Fulda. Not far now. Over and out.
Excellent work using your fighter bombers, Commander. As you saw, aircrafts can perform a multitude of missions against a wide range of targets.
Roadrunner to all local units. Enemy aircraft detected in the Niederola sector. Air alert. Take cover.
This is Delta 23. We can't. We are under heavy fire.
Delta 23, this is Roadrunner. Repeat transmission. Delta 23, say again. Delta. Damn it. Ivan has free reign, plinking our tracks one after another. Our air defenses sit like lame ducks without their missiles. If we can get a supply convoy to move munitions to our AA battery, we might reestablish control over our airspace. But we first need our U.S. Air Force flyboys to clear the sky. HQ, this is Roadrunner, requesting immediate air superiority mission. How copy? Over.
This is Demon 21. Us Viper drivers are fragging up and ready to go. Just give the specs and we'll be on our way. Over and out.
Fighter aircraft or interceptors can be deployed to protect your ground units from enemy aircraft or helicopters. Deploy all of your 3 assigned fighter aircrafts. Stand by for further instructions.
Careful. When an hostile is spotted, it's better not to send all of your airplanes at once. Otherwise, they would all leave at the same time, leaving you unprotected against the next threats.
Roadrunner, this is Demon 21. Our flight is approaching the sector. ETA 5 mics. Over.
This is Roadrunner. We need top cover on our supply convoy. Watch out for bandits coming from the northeast. Over.
Wilco, Roadrunner. Gonna chase Ivan to hell and back if needed. Fangs out, gentlemen.
This is Roadrunner. We're heading out now. Demon 21. Keep us safe until we reach the destination. Counting on you. Over and out. Roadrunner to all units. We've spotted multiple inbound bandits. Brace for incoming airstrikes. Over and out.
Go on, Control. Attacking. One more kill! Any update? They're as good as dead. Fighter ready. Winchester, I'm out of ammo. Down in flames. Chasing some scalps. Go on, Control. War Daddy to Red Leader. They're as good as dead. Down in flames. Engaging hostile. Winchester down in flames. Changing position. Fighter ready. Winchester, I'm out of... They're as good as dead. Bogies ahead. Ready to engage. There are two types of pilots, the hunters and the preys. Repeat, Control. Chasing some scalps.
Demon flight. We lost one truck. We need some protection.
Engaging hostile. Repeat, Control. Copy, Leader. Repeat, Control. Chasing some scalps.
Damn it, guys, we lost another. We only got 2 trucks left. Demon flight. We almost lost the convoy. We need your help. Get Ivan off our back. We reached the air defense batteries. They should come back online soon. Thanks for the help, Demon flight.
Excellent work, Commander. You managed your aircraft well.
All units, this is Marauder 6. We have pinned a sizable group of enemy armor and support tracks in the nearby village. Our ground supports are spread thin and need conserving. HQ has given the green light for CAS to take out the Soviet tanks.
Marauder 6, this is Cobalt 12. Coming in hot. Clusters ready to pop. Time to target. 30 seconds. Over. I'm hit! Engine 1 hit! Enemy SAM all around! Mayday! Eject!
Cobalt 12, come in. Repeat, come in. Damn it. Ivan is equipped with multiple heavy AA units. Pause and hold, men. We're asking for backup. Let's hope the Soviets don't notice how few we are on the line. Over. We need to deploy Seed aircraft flying Overwatch to take out those pesky SAM units. They'll make quick work of the radars. If only they would hurry.
Seed aircraft are specialized in destroying radar-based enemy air defense systems. They have advanced detection abilities coupled with radar homing missiles, allowing these aircraft to fire at radar-using units without a visual target. Prepare the 2 assigned Seed airplanes, Sandman 71 and 72.
Copy that, Sandman. Good work. We'll mop up anything left standing. Over and out.
Good work, Commander. Seed airplanes are a key tool for taking out enemy SAM units.
General, the warning order has been issued. The Warsaw Pact has broken through. We need to reach the town as quickly as possible.
Army General lets you command Cold War-era military formations on a massive strategic scale. Each unit pawn is the size of a battalion or equivalent. 1 day corresponds to 5 turns. Select the 1st Squadron of the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment by left-clicking the mouse. As indicated on its label and in the side information panel, this unit has 12 action points per turn. These are used to move and fight. Each action costs 4 action points. If a unit moves to the light squares, they can still start combat in the same turn. If a unit moves further to a dark square, they are unable to join a battle afterward. Access all the subordinate formations that make up a unit by clicking on the companies shown in the side panel. These are historically accurate. The icon indicates a unit's main role. In the case of the 111th ACR, it is a tank. Each unit in the Army General campaign can be found within the overall military hierarchy via the Order of Battle menu. You can also locate the unit formation on the map by clicking the square icon next to the name in this menu. Take some time to familiarize yourself with the user interface. When ready, move the 111th ACR towards the objective with your mouse's right button.
General, the 111th has been delayed. The squadron cannot reach Fulda immediately.
Your unit has used up all its action points. It can no longer move or fight this turn. End your turn using the next turn button. The distance a land unit can travel depends on the terrain. You can change the speed of unit movements with the game's You didn't follow instructions. Please try again.
Sure what you want me to do?
General, the 1st Squadron has reached Downs Barracks. The helicopters of the 411th ACR and 2nd Battalion of the 82nd Field Artillery Regiment are ready to join them.
Move the 411th ACR to the objective. As a helicopter unit, it Move the 2nd Battalion. This is an artillery unit. They have different movement rules. Their 5 action points lets them travel more than 5 squares. However, if they still want to engage in combat, they can only move 1 or 2 squares in the same turn. You can move several units simultaneously by making a multiple selection with a drag and drop while holding the left mouse button, followed by right-clicking the mouse.
Good news, General. All available units reached Fulda on schedule. We can now prepare for battlefield reconnaissance.
Congratulations. You have...
General, it is confirmed. Warsaw Pact forces crossed the inter-German border. The enemy is advancing rapidly on our forward positions. Commit your forces without delay.
We can send the 111th ACR to meet the enemy. Their scout units should be arriving in Hohenfeld.
Let's talk combat. To begin a fight, you must first see your enemy. In Army General, all units can spot any enemy unit 8 squares away. The red front line around Hohenfeld shows that enemy units have recently been sighted there. Select the 111th ACR. Move your unit to the objective. It is on a light square.
General, we spotted an enemy recon battalion. Engage in combat immediately.
Each battalion has a zone of control indicated by the hatched squares. This zone prevents enemy units from advancing closer. You can attack an enemy unit when your unit touches the enemy's zone of control and have 4 action points remaining. Left-click on the enemy battalion. Confirm you want to engage in combat by clicking Prepare Attack. In the Battle Plan panel on the right, you can select the battalions you want to bring into combat. There is only space for 1 battalion in each category except for main combat battalions, which feature 2 slots. Main combat battalions are the only units that can initiate an attack. Other auxiliary types cannot start a combat, only provide support. You can find more details on each battalion's role by hovering over their slots. Add the 111th ACR to the battle plan by left-clicking on one of the main combat slots or by right-clicking on the unit's model in the campaign view. The preparation panel compares the sum of the attacker's attack values with the defense value of all visible defending units. The likely outcome of the battle is indicated. You can try to improve this outcome by resolving the battle yourself via the automatic or manual combat resolution calculates a ratio for each side. This ratio determines the outcome of the battle. This includes losses and fatigue suffered by all battalions involved. Losses result in an irreversible drop in attack and note that your 1 to 11th ACR suffers fatigue points despite its victory.
General, the enemy recon battalion is falling back. We can't let them get away.
A battalion that suffers a defeat automatically retreats 1 square. Your 111th ACR is still in contact with the enemy's zone of control, but no longer has any action points available. End your turn. Your unit's fatigue gauge has dropped by 1 point. Each turn, all units recover 1 point of fatigue, as they have had time to reorganize. Repeat the previous steps to destroy the enemy recon battalion. A battalion is destroyed when it suffers more than 70% losses or if adjacent units prevent it from retreating. If a unit's fatigue gauge reaches 8, it will be disorganized. When disorganized, a unit loses its zone of control. It cannot. Repeated attacks on a powerful unit without giving it time to reorganize is a viable way to increase its fatigue.
General, we destroyed the recon battalion. It would be what?
Congratulations, you've mastered the...
Sir, we have eliminated the enemy recon group. However, the Soviet vanguard is not far away. They will attack Fulda soon. What's more, HQ has informed us of multiple enemy...
The enemy is preparing to attack. The 111th ACR can be easily isolated in its current location. You must relocate. The urban area on the edge of Fulda. Units gain a defensive bonus depending on the type of terrain. When hovering over an in-game model, the shield below your cursor shows the... The 111th ACR is now better positioned to resist an attack. All units supporting a friendly battalion, including air forces, will benefit from the defending unit's terrain bonus.
Sir, the helicopters of the 411th ACR can provide strong and mobile support to our armored units on the ground.
All battalions can support a defending unit if they stand close enough. Select your helicopter squadron. To be able to support an Allied unit under attack, a unit must be in or adjacent to its zone of control. The unit must also have at least 4 action points at the end of the turn. Now move your squadron to the objective. The helicopters of 411th ACR still have 4 action points remaining at the end of the turn. As an auxiliary squadron, they can come to the aid of the 111th ACR if the latter unit is attacked.
Sir, the U.S. 3rd Armored Division came through. Additional artillery and air forces have been placed under our command. They will provide critical support in the coming battle.
Artillery and aviation units followed. Artillery battalions can join the attack or defense of all friendly units within their fire support range, as indicated by the green circle. In order to do so, the artillery unit needs at least 4 action points. In the current situation, the artillery battalion doesn't need to move to aid your friendly armor during the enemy's turn. Select your air squadrons at the edge of the map. Air squadrons are always located.
Sir, we suspect the enemy is preparing an air attack. We should set up our anti-aircraft defenses.
Like other ground forces, anti-aircraft battalions can support friendly units in their... Anti-aircraft battalions also have the strategic defensive ability to intercept enemy air units. Click on the Deploy Anti-Aircraft button above. Deploying an anti-aircraft costs 4 action points. The anti-aircraft battalion will remain in this defensive state until moved. A deployed anti-aircraft battalion will try to intercept any attacking enemy aircraft within its anti-air range. When the anti-aircraft ability is active during enemy turns, it has a chance to prevent enemy aircraft from taking part in one attack against an Allied unit within the blue anti-air range. The ability also inflicts damage. Only specialized SEAD air squadrons are unaffected by anti-aircraft interception.
We're ready to defend Fulda, General.
All available units are able to support the 111th Squadron in... As you can see, the location and remaining action points of your units allow them to participate in the following combat. Terrain bonuses are also displayed above the in-game models. Fill all available combat slots and select Prepare Attack. The enemy must have spotted your anti-aircraft positions as no air attack occurred. If any enemy aircraft were intercepted, the interception panel would have preceded the combat results screen. As you can see at the top of the panel, your use of combined arms of different unit types results in a negative modifier for the enemy. They only used one type of unit. Apply combined arms for additional combat bonuses.
Sir, our defense was a success. We repelled the enemy. For the moment, Fulda is safe.
Congratulations, you've...
The enemy managed to seize Fulda in a surprise attack.
General, the enemy destroyed 3 of our battalions. Fortunately, fresh reinforcements have been sent to our...
Not all reinforcing battalions can be commanded instantly. Some battalions are presented on the map but are still in the process of deploying. A label on the in-game unit shows the number of turns before they are fully operational. Other battalions are still strategically redeploying and not yet visible on the map. Their expected availability is indicated when selecting the unit in the reinforcement timeline at the top left. The 2 reinforcing battalions will each be able to deploy the next turn. End your turn. The 168th Armored Battalion is now available. Select the unit and move it to the objective. The battalion should be able to take part in the next battle. The 54th Engineer Battalion has finished its...
Sir, the fresh reinforcements should allow us to encircle Fulda and retake the town quickly. I will signal the 111th ACR to prepare for immediate combat.
Select and move the 1 to 11th ACR to the objective. By encircling Fulda and the Soviet Tank Battalion inside, you have cut the enemy unit off from its supply line as indicated by the colored front line. Keep in mind that a battalion outside a side's zone of influence cannot recuperate any fatigue. Use all of your battalions to destroy the enemy battalion.
Tally two. Okay, he's got a missile off. Good hit on one.
Excellent news, General. Fulda is ours again. This should throw a wrench into the Warsaw Pact's operations.
Let's look at the victory conditions of an Army General campaign. A campaign ends when one side has reached its victory point objective. Alternatively, at the end of a campaign's last turn, the side with the highest score wins. There are 3 ways to earn victory points. You might have noticed, but the flag on Fulda changed sides when your zone of influence covered it. At the start of each turn, capturing Fulda earned you 5 victory points. Destroying the enemy battalion added 1 victory point. At the start of the next turn, you'll continue to earn 2 victory points for controlling Fulda's. More on tactical battles. While preparing for a tactical battle, you can change the distribution of deployment points and reinforcement points per minute. You can do this between you and the AI, or when playing cooperatively, the second player. The cost of each unit is specific to Army General. In preparation of a tactical battle, you can modify which battalions are controlled by each player or the AI, and even the battlefields on which There are 2 ways to win a tactical battle. The first is Conquest, in which the side wins by reaching the victory points objective through capturing command zones. The second involves Morale. Army General can be played online in
June 20th, 1989, Germany. The strategic Warsaw Pact's offensive across the inner German border has taken NATO largely by surprise. Facing NATO's CENTAG, the Soviet 8th Guards Army begins its multi-pronged attack at 5 o'clock. The objective is Frankfurt am Main, home to the 5th Corps, a key military target and transport hub. At the frontier, the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment, with a few isolated battalions, put up fierce resistance for hours. Overwhelming firepower ultimately results in a Soviet breakthrough at Fulda. The armored vanguard surges to Frankfurt. Further north, the flank of the main invasion is assigned to the East German 4th Motorisierte Schützendivision. They advance on Bad Hersfeld. The National Volksarmee aims to press further and seize Asfeld, establishing a covering force. This would protect the Warsaw Pact's axis of attack against any counterstrikes from the Bundeswehr's 5th Panzer Division. NATO has an early chance to disrupt the Soviet thrust on Frankfurt. Warsaw Pact's capture of Asfeld becomes paramount. A series of pitched battles await.
Uns wurde gemeldet, dass die 4. Motorisierte Schützendivision im Marsch auf Bad Hersfeld ist. Auftrag der Division ist es, Alsfeld zu nehmen. Dies bringt sie in eine günstige Ausgangslage, um unseren Gegenangriff auf die sowjetische Offensive aufzufangen. Es ist von entscheidender Bedeutung, dass die 5. Panzerdivision vor der NVA Alsfeld erreicht. Major Becker, hatten Sie Kontakt?
Jawohl. Die 3. Schwadron der 11. ACR befindet sich derzeit in Bad Hersfeld. Sie können nur ein paar Stunden halten. Sie könnten auch nach Alsfeld ausweichen und von unseren Territorialtruppen aufgenommen werden. NATO-Kräfte im Sektor sind begrenzt und es wird Zeit kosten, Verstärkung einzuführen. Das Panzergrenadierbataillon 152 kann sofort auf Schwarzenborn eingesetzt werden und wird später vom Panzergrenadierbataillon 142 verstärkt. Restteile der Panzerbrigade 14 sowie Panzergrenadierbrigade 13 können frühestens morgen früh nachgeführt werden.
got a missile off. Good hit on one.
Herr General, das 3. Schwadron der 11. ACR meldet gerade, dass sie ernsthaft Gefahr laufen, umfasst und eingeschlossen zu werden.
Red leader, I'm listening. Bring us there, taxi. Waiting for order. Need some extra firepower? At your orders, Captain. Waiting for instructions. Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain. Enemy spotted. Yes, Captain. Ready, sir. To all units, enemy sighted. 9-4, warte auf Einsatzbefehl. Der Tod kommt von oben! Fluggeschwindigkeit erreicht. Hit! Enemy spotted! Verdammt! Hier unter starkem Beschuss! Welche Mission ab! Ende! I've got him! Der Tod kommt von oben! Backwards! Line 4, bereit zum Angriff! Got it, right up. Get in formation.
Enemy nearby. Protect the gun. Yes, sir. We'll be faster on the road.
Sergeant Highway is hit!
Copy. Right up. Get in formation. Fire. Smash them. What are your orders, sir? Copy. Right up. Get in formation. Successful hit. It's hard here. Head down. Fire. Smash them.
Enemy spotted!
Successful hit.
Sergeant Highway is hit!
Successful hit. Back up! Back up!
9-4, enemy spotted!
Up south! Damn, that was close!
Ritual aufgeben, bestätige Wirkung im Ziel!
Back up! Back up! Enemy nearby. Protect the gun.
It's hard here!
Good job, Gunner.
We get shot at!
Up and south!
Aufgeklärt. Adler 1 bereit. Wünsche Gehe auf Abfangkurs. Verdammt! Stehe unter starkem Beschuss jetzt! Zu heiß! Muss abbrechen! Zeit für ein paar Abschüsse! Copy, right up. Get in formation. Damn, that was close! Six, back up! Back up! I've got him! Feindkontakt! Raketenscharf! This is Red 2. Enemy spotted. Good job, gunner. Backwards! Auf Empfang! Good job, gunner. Verschossen! Winchester! This is Red 2. They spotted us! Good job, gunner. Successful hit. This is Red 2. Enemy spotted. Sergeant Highway is hit! We're getting shot at! Good job, gunner. Waiting for fire coordinates. It's hot here! This is Red 2. On the fort, ground control. Nothing close, air support! Backwards! At your orders. Engaging target. Triebwerk ausgefallen! What are your orders, sir? Enemy nearby. Protect the gun. Good job, gunner. Need some extra firepower? Triebwerk ausgefallen! Drop 200. 6 rounds. Over. Yes, sir? Beware, Tommy's nearby. I'm listening, Captain. Good job, gunner. It's hot! Red 6. Roger. Redeploying. Out.
Be careful. Enemies nearby.
Successful hit. This is Red 2. Enemy spotted. Ready to fire. This is Red 2. Enemy spotted. Damn, that was close! Tank ready. Artillery at your orders. This is Red 2. Enemy spotted.
tank ready. Button up. We're engaging. This is Red 2. Enemy spotted. Damn, that was close. Successful hit. Nur aufgeklärt. Loud and clear. Successful hit. Start and close air support. Backwards. Successful hit. Artillery at your orders.
Be careful. Enemies nearby.
Successful hit. Yes, sir. Enemy spotted. Fluggeschwindigkeit erreicht. Reicht 4. Bereit zum Angriff.
What do you need, Captain?
Damn, that was close. Successful hit. Yes, sir. Back up! Back up! Ground control. Bereit zum Angriff. Gehe im Tiefanflug rein. Sergeant Highway is hit! Enemy spotted. Luftnahunterstützung bereit. It's gonna blow! Verdammt! Stehe unter starkem Beschuss! This is Red 2. Enemies Adler 1 bereit. Successful. Stehe auf Abfangkurs. Damn, it's hot here. Break your Luftkampf ab. This is Red 2. Enemy spotted. We got a man down. Bin im Luftraum. Enemy nearby. Protect the gun. Der Tod kommt von oben. Beware, commies nearby. Waiting for fire coordinates. Damn, that was close. Successful hit. Back up! Back up! Successful hit. Enemy nearby. Protect the gun. Damn, that was close. Successful hit. Good job, gun. I hear you loud and clear. Back up! Back up!
Yes, Captain.
Beware, commies nearby. We're an easy target here. Waiting for fire coordinates. Successful hit.
What do you need, Captain?
Beware, commies nearby. Beware, commies nearby.
Tally two. Okay, he's got a missile off. Good hit on one.
Der starke Einsatz feindlicher Störsender erschweren unsere Kommunikation. Außer der örtlichen Raketenartillerie der Bundeswehr und den Aufklärungskräften in Homberg ist es schwierig, jemanden zu erreichen. Welche Einheit sollte dringend... Herr General, Raketenartillerie vom Raketenartilleriebataillon 22 hat Feuerstellungsraum in Homberg bezogen.
Fahren Sie fort, Ground. Ändere Kurs auf 530. Nein, 4, hört. Zu Befehl, Ground Control.
Wir haben Feindkontakt. Bin im Luftraum. Abschau! Wir haben Feindkontakt. Winchester! Geht bergauf, Gewalt!
Auf Empfang!
Auf wen haben Sie es abgesehen? Zu Befehl, Ground Control! Rotte bereit! Bin im Luftraum!
An alle Einheiten! Feind gesichtet!
Der Tod kommt von oben!
An alle Einheiten! Feind gesichtet!
Da sind Close Air Support!
Warning.
Ich bin lieber der Jäger als der Gejagte.
Ground Control, bereit zum Angriff.
An alle Einheiten, Feind gesichtet.
Bereit 4, bereit zum Angriff. So, aufgeklärt.
An alle Einheiten, Feind gesichtet.
Gehe im Tiefanflug rein. So, aufgeklärt. Winchester, 144.
Höre, Ground Control.
Triebwerk ausgefallen. Muss abbrechen.
Erschossen, Winchester.
Luftnahe Unterstützung bereit. Kurs bestätigt. Ändere Kurs auf 530. Kurs bestätigt. Feind nähert sich Feuerposition der Artillerie. Bereit 4, bereit zum Angriff.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Triebwerk ausgefallen! Verdammt! Stehe unter starkem Beschuss!
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Fahren Sie fort, Ground Control. Waffen scharf! Bereit 4, bereit zum Angriff! Bestätige Wirkung im Ziel! Loud and clear. Zu Befehl, Ground Control. Verdammt! Stehe unter starkem Beschuss! Ändere Kurs auf 530.
Tally 2. Okay, he's got a missile off. Good hit on one.
Panzergrenadierbataillon 142 wird in Schwalmstadt eingesetzt und ist klar zum Gefecht. Die Soldaten des Territorialheers VKK 442 stehen bereit zur Verteidigung von Alsfeld.
Neue Befehle? Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Wen sollen wir mitnehmen? Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Löwe hört. Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin.
Wen sollen wir mitnehmen? Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Ich höre, Herr Hauptmann. Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Neue Befehle? Karte nur kurz einordnen. Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Warten auf neue Befehle, Kommandant. Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Wollen Sie mitfahren? An dieser Koordinate absitzen. Löwe hört. Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Betankt und aufmunitioniert. Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Wen sollen wir mitnehmen? An dieser Koordinate absitzen. Neue Befehle? Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Betankt und aufmunitioniert. Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Die Karte nur kurz einordnen. Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Wir haben Feindkontakt. Hier, Löwe! Warten auf neue Befehle, Kommandant. Abgesessene Kampfweise. Verdammt! Fahrer, rückwärts, Marsch! Fluggeschwindigkeit erreicht. Der Tod kommt von oben! Wir haben Feindkontakt. Unaufklärt! Wir haben Feindkontakt. Los, zieh den Arsch ein, Günther! Ich höre, Herr Hauptmann. Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt! Wen sollen wir mitnehmen? Wir haben Feindkontakt. Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können leiten. Ah! Ich wurde getroffen! Neue Befehle? Ich habe. Wir schaffen es nicht! Betankt und aufmunitioniert. Kein Impfmobil! Bereithalten! Los, zieh den Arsch ein, Günther! Wir schaffen es nicht. Feind im Vorfeld, Bereitsprache. Neue Befehle? Los, zieh den Arsch ein, Günther! Wir haben Feindkontakt.
Ah! Ich wurde getroffen! So eine Scheiße! Ich wurde getroffen!
Wir haben Feindkontakt.
Los, zieh den Arsch ein, Günther! Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt! Ein Infofeld! Bereit, Mann!
Ja, noch ein Treffer. Das ist aus. Wir haben Feindkontakt.
Los, zieh den Arsch ein! Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt!
Sunny! Feind vernichtet.
An alle Einheiten! Feind gerichtet!
Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt! Betankt und aufmunitioniert.
Los, zieh den Arsch ein, Günther!
Wir haben Feindkontakt. Neue Befehle?
Wir schaffen es nicht!
Ah, es hat mich erwischt! Verdammt! Es hat mich erwischt!
Hier, Adler 1! Ich sorge für Luftüberlegenheit!
Feind im Vorfeld, Bereitschaft.
Brecke Luftkampf ab! Mich hat's erwischt!
Tally 2, Tally 2. Okay, he's got a missile off. Good hit on one.
Die US Air Force meldet, dass eine Staffel F-111 mit Grim Reapers einsatzbereit. Schmeißen wir ein paar Bomben. Herr General, die Panzerbrigade 14 kann nun in voller Kampfstärke eingesetzt werden. Herr General, die US Air Force kann die Panzerbrigade 14 durch zusätzliche Das 81. Tactical Fighter Squadron erwartet Ihre Befehle. Herr General, die Panzerbrigade 13 ist auf dem Marsch Richtung Gemünden.
Einsatzbereit.
Warten auf Feuer, Koordinaten. Fertig machen zum Straßenmarsch. Feuerbereit. Wird so ausgeführt, Geschützführer.
Feind gesichtet.
Just give me a target.
Feind gesichtet.
Chasing some scalps. Down in flames. Stehen unter starkem Beschuss. Repeat, Control. Attacking. Bereit für die Feuermission.
target? Move and open your eyes. Just give me a target. They're as good as dead.
Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet.
The engine is overheating, and so am I!
Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet.
Engaging hostile. Adjusting course. They're as good as dead.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Any target? On my way. Damn, I'm hit badly. Roger, redeploy. Out.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Awaiting instructions. Engaging hostile.
Wir haben Feindkontakt.
Raven 4, waiting for action.
Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet.
Wirkung im Ziel. Attacking.
Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet.
Chasing some scalps.
In 3 Wochen sind wir in Leipzig. Beeilung! Marsch, Marsch!
Go on, Control. Roger. Redeploying. Out.
Feind im Zielgebiet an alle Einheiten. Feindgesichte stehen unter starkem Beschuss.
Bereit für die Feuermission.
Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet.
Any update? Engaging hostile. Down in flames.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
An alle Einheiten. Feindgesichte.
Engaging hostile.
Fighter ready.
Feind gesichtet.
Waiting instructions. Attacking.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Move and open your eyes. Chasing some scalps. There are 2 types of pilots. Engaging hostile. Down in flames. Chasing some scalps.
Feind gesichtet.
Fighter ready. Damn, I'm hit badly. Feind gesichtet.
Go on, Control. On my way.
Eagle 1, ready. Attacking.
Wir haben Feindkontakt.
The engine is overheating, and so am I. Engaging hostile.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen. Gib mir Morphium!
Winchester, I'm out of ammo. I'm out. Over. Go on, Control. Roger. Redeploying. Out.
Gib mir Morphium! Gib mir Morphium!
Down in flames. Roger. Redeploying. Out.
Wir haben Feindkontakt.
Engaging hostile.
Feind gesichtet.
Fighter ready. Engaging hostile.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
They're as good as dead.
Bravo 1, 4 Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Go on, Control. Roger.
I'm out of here!
Feind gesichtet. Kannst du nur kurz einordnen? Ja, noch ein Treffer. Das ist aus.
Go on, Control. Engaging hostile.
Achtung, Feind im Nahbereich.
I'm hit! I'm hit! I'm out of here!
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Wirkung im Ziel.
Wir haben Feindkontakt. Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides. Ich höre, Herr Hauptmann. Bravo 1, 4 Bravo. Feind gesichtet.
Für den Diensten.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Go on, Control. Roger. Redeploying. Out.
Feind gesichtet.
Feind im Zielgebiet zerstört. Chasing some scouts. Die Artillerie verleiht der hässlichen Klopperei etwas Würde.
Feind gesichtet.
I'm hit! I'm hit! Feind gesichtet. I'm out of here! Squadron ready. Move and open your eyes. War Daddy to Red Leader. I'm engaging hostile. War Daddy to Red Leader. I'm listening. I'm hit! I'm hit! It's too hot here. I'm getting out.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Loud and clear. Bomber ready. Feind im Zielgebiet zerstört.
Wir haben Feindkontakt.
There are two types of pilots, the hunters and the preys. Engaging hostile. They're as good as dead. An alle Einheiten. Feind gesichtet. Copy, leader.
Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet.
There are two types of pilots, the hunters and the preys. Roger. Redeploying. Out.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Attacking.
Wirkung im Ziel.
Wir haben Feindkontakt.
Eagle 1, ready. They're as good as dead.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Engaging hostile. I'm hit! I'm hit! They're as good as dead.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
It's too hot here. I'm getting out. Feind, feuerbereit. Eagle 1, ready.
Alle Einheiten. Feind gesichtet.
Stehen unter starkem Beschuss.
Achtung, Feindmeldung.
Roger. Redeploying. Out.
Verdammt, es hat einen erwischt.
Roger. Redeploying. Out.
Ich hab. Speer zur Stelle.
Bravo 1, hier Bravo.
Stehen unter Beschuss.
Tally 2. Okay, he's got a missile off. Good hit on one.